One guy who mastered this ability was a guy named Saint Vitalis of Gaza. This is a guy, day laborer, meaning he did manual labor all day long, saved up his money for prostitutes. And every day he would save up all the money he earned working, and he would buy a prostitute every night. In fact, he got the addresses of every single prostitute who lived in his city. And he saved up enough money so he could buy her for the entire night so no other man could have her. But on the night he would get the prostitute, instead of using her, basically sacrificing her on the altar of his lust, instead of doing that, he talked to her. He prayed with her. He prayed for her. He gave her the gospel, told her she could start over. And this man, St. Vitalis of Gaza, ended up converting a great number of prostitutes who became holy wives and holy mothers in his city. And one day, he was leaving a prostitution house, and someone saw him, thought he was a hypocrite, and killed him on the spot. And the prostitute ran out saying, "No, you don't want to know what that guy just did for me." Because of the purity of that guy's heart, he could look at these girls, who to other men are just a source of temptation, and see them as sisters before anything. That's what Christ wants to get us. And I'm not saying I want you to recommend to your youth minister, "Hey, Jason said we should save up money and get a prostitute for the youth group." No, this could be taken out of context very easily. But what I'm saying is that Christ didn't die on a cross so you could follow a bunch of rules to make God happy. Christ died on the cross to redeem your desires so that you wouldn't want to use your girlfriend when you're tempted. Instead, you want to do what's best for that girl's soul. And I will grant you, this is difficult. But if you want purity to be easy, you can make it easier. Number one, find good friends. My friends in high school are terrible if you want to be pure. I remember driving with my best friend one day. He pulls his car into the parking lot of an adult bookstore. I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "I want to go in the nudie bookstore." I'm like, "Dude, don't go in some nudie bookstore, you perv." And he's like, "No, I'm going in." I'm like, "Well, I'm not going in there, man. I'm not some perv. My porn's at home." So I'm sitting there, it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, "Dude, what is he doing there?" I look at my watch. I have to be at a confirmation class at church soon. I'm sitting in the parking lot of an adult bookstore waiting for my best friend to come out. That kind of dawned on me, hey, maybe I didn't make the best choice of friends. But once I found good friends, it was easier to be pure. Also, only date people who have the same good values you do. My friend Philip did this. When he was in 8th grade, he saw the woman he would one day marry. And he pointed her out to his mom. He said, "Mom, see Tiffany? She's a good girl. I like her. Beautiful on the inside, beautiful on the outside." They stayed friends in junior high, friends through high school. They started dating at the end of high school, and they stayed pure together. When they were tempted, they could both be strong for each other. He was a great athlete. He got drafted by North Carolina State to be the quarterback for their football team. He ended up winning the MVP of every single bowl game he ever played in, and they got married, both as virgins. And I was just watching him on SportsCenter last weekend because he threw 3 touchdown passes for the San Diego Chargers. He's our quarterback, Philip Rivers. And he said to me, "One of the ways I could stay pure with Tiffany is that I was tempted she'd be strong. She was tempted I'd be strong." His wife Tiffany told my wife, Crystalina, because they're friends too, that Playboy bunnies come to the Chargers games and they call out to Philip Rivers. They wear number 17, his jersey, and they wave an invitation to him from the stands. It's a piece of paper inviting him to a Playboy bunny party at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles for professional athletes and all the Playboy models. Philip Rivers completely ignores these women. Dude, what gives 27-year-old guy enough integrity to turn down a Playboy bunny model so he'd be faithful to his wife and his kids? Dude, look, if he could say no to sex with Tiffany, a woman he loved more than life itself, you better believe when he marries that girl, he's going to have self-control because he trained himself in faithfulness. When he tried out for the San Diego Chargers, you think the first day he threw a pass was the first day of tryouts? He trained himself his whole life, and now he plays on the biggest stage on earth. Same thing with purity. You train yourself in self-control, and you're going to make an excellent husband, excellent father, excellent priest. And I'll